Got you from Egypt. Thank you for reminding me. What time is it over in Egypt? All right, guys, for those who just joined us, we're going to be getting started with a Lee Chess Arena. It's just an open tournament. Again, if you have any openings that you like and you get to and you're here in person, you feel free to let me know. I'll play with white. I'll play with black. Last time I got to play the band tournament, 6 p.m. Oh, perfect. Good evening. You can relax, right? It's a if you get to join us in person on the Twitch, then you get to actually recommend the opening, and I'll just play it for the pretty much the whole time. So, Skiing, if you have any opening that you'd like me to play, let me know as white or black. All right, here we go. I'm gonna berserk for no good reason. And you know what? This is gonna be my French one. I'm gonna be playing the French here, guys. French is black here. Skiing, let me know. What do I play as white in this tournament? All right, knight to f6. Knight to d7. A lot of times they play e5 here. This is okay. Black is already happy here because it's already equal. I can't say I like this line as much, but hey, I played the French, so I can't really be complaining here. h3, bishop h5. g4 is interesting, and I'll just play bishop g6 here for the open f-file if they do that. Italian game, it is. I will play the Italian. Here, threats are bishop takes and stuff like that. Rook e8 probably get played next, so I'll be playing the Italian here as white, guys. Skiing has recommended it. Knight e4 here, perfect timing. Pawn takes here, and the knight kind of is awkward to move to anywhere. And I don't want to trade the bishop off, as this kind of helps them out. The next idea is to play f5, and here we go. f5, f4 ideas. c5, they just dropped the pawn here. And knight takes is okay. In fact, knight takes e2 check if they do play the rook to d1. They fell for it, check. And I'm winning 2 rooks here, so that worked out nicely. Yep, that's game over. All right, so we got the Italian as white. Here we go. e4. Obviously, if they play something different, I'll have to play something different. Oh, they berserked back against us. So knight f3. Here we go. Bishop c4, the Italian. And knight to f6. I'm going to go ahead and play the standard Italian, which is just pawn to d3, keeping things simple. h3, it's important that we stop these pins. Castles. And actually, I'm going to try to treat this like a real opus. We're going to go c3 with d4 in the center here. Rook e1 defends e4, so I could play d4 here. Bishop back to b3. And we're going to do what's called the Steinitz knight maneuver. Knight d2, knight f1. Oh, this is perfect. This is like a Marshall Gambit. As you can see here, I just won a pawn for no good reason. Now, black will get very good attacking chances, so it's up to me to try to just prove that. d4, just holding down the centaur. Knight e4, perfect. Look at that. That works beautifully. They have to be careful here because I will play rook takes d5 in some of these variations. Knight takes f6 as a move, but you know what? I think we might be winning a piece here. Yeah, just rook takes d5 now, right? Yeah, it was hard for them because they couldn't really defend this piece that well. Knight takes here, knight to d7 here. Knight takes here, beautiful. Bishop to f4. The rook is quite safe here. And I'm okay. Queen f3. Let's just keep developing our pieces here. Free tempo on the queen. Bishop takes over here. We control on e8 now. Rook to e1. All our pieces are smiling. And no need to do anything about that. Bishop to d6. This is already protected. Pawn just takes here. No need for complications. Bishop c5. And we'll probably play d5 next here. And the pawn is just a roll in here. Maybe bishop d4 here. They did that to stop d6. I guess I could have just played d6 though, huh? I guess I could have just played d6. Queen g3, queen e5, back rank idea. Perfect. They attack. We defend. We also prepare e8. d6, here comes that pawn. Here comes that pawn. Pawn to d7, only one square away, guys. And I'm a boring player, so check. Queen check here. This will force the queens off, so no more hanky business with this over here. And then rook e8, and we're going to make a new baby girl here. How about that? Checkmate time. Check. g3, f4 is the idea. That's okay. Checkmate. Awesome. No hands, checkmate. You guys saw it here. With that win, we are now in first place. Here we go for another Italian. Oops. e4. d4. Okay, whoops. They played the perk, so we can't play Italian. Sorry about that. f4 is one of my lines I love to play here. Queen takes on d4. Queen back to f2. A lot of times they play queen b6, trying to force the queen trade. I like to keep queens on the board because I like to attack. Let's castle. Knight g4 will get played here, and queen b6. If Oh, perfect. They're going for this idea. So if e5 there loses a piece. So we go king h1, knight takes. They should take here because they want to ruin my pawn structure. Knight g4, I'm not sure. I think that's probably really bad here. So you can see these pawns pushing forward here are going to be really strong for me. And if pawn takes, well, perfect. Pawn to e5 here. Knight h5, queen to h3, g6, pawn to g4 here. And then the next move, f5. Now, they can be a little cheeky here with stuff like this, but look at this pawn. Look at these pawns. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Oh my gosh here, guys. Pawn f6, bishop h6, rook to g1. Oh my gosh. Here, the plan does it itself. e6 here. Rook over to g1. Here, the bishop's not that great anyway, so I don't really care. The queen's guarding here. Rook takes g7 is a move I really like to play. But we'll just keep it simple with rook over here. And then after there, knight to h4, knight g6 check idea. And rook takes g6 here. They have to be very careful. I'm threatening checkmating ideas. Bishop takes g7. Bishop g7 check is just checkmate. Boom. What a beautiful mate. Hanging, hanging. Alrighty. Dude, we are running through this. Apparently, I should be playing the Italian more. I'm actually not a big fan of the Italian as white. I don't like it because I like games that will give an imbalance right away. And if your opponent wants to, they could play very much symmetrical or the same ideas as you. That's why you don't see me play the Italian very much. But it was recommended by one of the people in here. And I'm a people pleaser, obviously, so. Here we go. Let's berserk again. e4, e6. It's the French time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was actually a pretty nice attack, huh? And it was very thematic of what things can do, what can happen, at least in my games, when it's, like, perfect. Here we go. It's the French. d4, d5. Don't take. Oh, I hate when they take. Knight f6, bishop d6. Again, I don't like this because it's symmetrical. It's the same. Oh, and this is one of the better ways to play here. Except for that move. That's not the good move. Interesting. Pushing of the pawns here right away is obviously weakening to the king side. Queen h4. Bishop takes g4 ideas are definitely in the air. Let's go knight to d7. Probably bishop f2 will get played. That's okay. And then I guess the queen will go back to e7 here. The idea is I'd like to play knight f6. But you have to be very careful because we can get our queen trapped here. Knight f5. We'll have to take. Knight to d5 here. Unfortunately, sacrifice is not working yet because rook to h1. Oh, you know what? Bishop takes g4 does work here. Sorry. So bishop takes, knight here. Bishop just takes now, I guess. And my queen's trapped, huh? Yeah, I guess we're going for it. Knight takes, bishop takes. It comes a bishop f3 check here. Actually, this is quite okay for me. There's not many cheeky moves here because I have queen h3 check. Not too many cheeky moves. I think rook h1 is probably the best for them. Yeah. And unfortunately here, bishop f... Oh, actually, bishop f3 check works here. I just realized even if they do queen takes, pawn takes in check here. So I'm going to be able to keep my pieces on the board. Hey, Miracle, how's it going? Thanks for coming back. Bishop takes is obviously okay here. Queen to g4. We'll play queen g4 here. We're going to keep this bishop on the board, which is one of the best pieces, but the bishop takes f4 idea and pawn to e3 idea. Idea is to remove the knight here, and I think we can do that, right? So e3. Oh gosh, that was actually maybe not the right move. It's okay. Bishop takes f4 probably is going to be winning. And actually, if bishop takes, we have rook takes there too. Queen takes, queen check. Yeah, we'll just play bishop takes f4 for right now. Hopefully they don't just sacrifice everything. We'll pre-move it just in case. Just in case here. Bishop takes e3 is obviously the threat. And bishop takes g3. Yeah, I had a feeling they'd probably go for this. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Now the knight's hanging. Rook's a little bit weak. Queen check. Rook over here. Rook takes in check here, so when the rook goes there. And then if they do take, we take the rook there. Queen check. Rook e4 check. Rook just takes here. Yeah, we're not too sad about this kind of stuff. F5. Yeah, okay. I was like, they're more than welcome to call it there, guys. I feel confident I'm going to win that one. I got plenty of time on the clock, and the position is just domination. All right, we're chucking along, guys. We are chucking along. For the regular viewers, obviously this is not Bullet Brawl. I'll be playing it after this. With the time difference change, yeah. I've been able, gotta wait till 12 apparently. Ah, Scandi. Here we go. E4 knight c3. Let's attack the queen. Ah, queen back to d8. No good theory here. We'll go bishop c4. And reason why we do this is because if bishop g4, we don't want to allow the pin. And this is a line I've kind of created right here. Bishop g5. A lot of times we'll just castle. What do we play here? Knight takes? Or I guess we'll do bishop takes here. Not a move I really want to play, but we'll play it today. And then we'll play knight to e4, pawn to c3. And we'll castle queenside here. We're going to have some fun, whether they want to or not. So b5 is a really good move here. Bishop d3. This allows knight f4 here, but we're trying to get the attack going. All right, here we go. Knight to g5. Now this comes a lot of ideas here. If it's h6, we can ignore them. We can't ignore them. Let's just play queen to d2 for now. a3. And b3, knight to c3 is annoying. That'll force the queen trade, but I don't think we're that bad. Interesting. Just knight h7 here. Just forking. They can trade queens here, which obviously I'm okay with it, especially at this point. Oh, queen sacrifice. Interesting. Queen takes h6 here. This should be game over now. Game over. Bishop h7 check idea. So, oh gosh, darn it. That's obviously bishop h7 check for a forced mate. Dang it. Check and then mate. That's the typical idea. I was doing something over here and I looked over for one moment. I'm sure we'll win this pretty easily. Just h5, h6, and we'll just make a new girl. A queen to d6, queen g3 check is pretty good here. Stopping the king from getting to a better square. Pawn takes. Oh, never mind. They played there. If rook h8, we'll just make a queen here. So queen, rook takes, queen g7 check, and then we'll take again. I guess they're going to try and flag me. Good luck. a3. Rook over here, rook over here. Okay. d7 is the new weakness we're going to put pressure on. Queen takes, knight to e5. Queen check. Knight to e5. Trades are good for me. Also threatening knight takes on c6, so it's not so simple for them here. Okay. Queen to f7. Now threatening checkmate idea. Knight just takes here. And if knight takes on h7, we'll go knight c5 here. So now I win, if not checkmate. But it looks like just checkmate here in 1-2. 1-2. Perfect. There we go, guys. Matter what I do. Dang, 465 players in this tournament. Okay. Okay. And I might run for a coffee run. If we're gonna be up this many points, I'm gonna need some more coffee. All right, here we go. Berserkin time. Berserkin time. Let's go knight to f6. Oh, free poon. Thank ye. Knight back f6, g6, bishop g7. Here, I'm fianchettoing just because they're going to get some compensation for the free pawn. So, yeah, why not overprotect here, at least just a little bit. Queen b6 here, d4, b2. King h7, overprotecting on h6. And let's take on d4. Yeah, this is actually a little bit annoying here. I'll go knight to, let's go a5, stopping b4. They're just trying to grab space here. I guess a4 now. Pawn just takes. Rook takes a3 is the new idea. Okay. Queen just takes here. No, bishop takes check. Rook just takes. Oh, actually, we need to take here real quick. Bishop takes is not that big a deal. Rook takes here. Bishop just takes. Interesting. What am I missing? Why would they do this? Interesting. Bishop takes here. Okay, rook a2. Now we have taking on f2 check ideas. Rook takes f2. Doesn't even take on f4 now. Okay. Everything's just falling here. Everything looks great. Queen to d6. And then the new idea will bring the bishop back over here. And then we'll have checkmating ideas. Okay. So bishop back. And then bishop back. Kind of a hard idea to stop, too. Oh, never mind. They stopped it. Kind of hard. They stopped it. e5. d4. e4. Drop the queen. Rook f2. Alright, good game, good game. They tried their best, they lost. What can you say? Dang, guys, I might be getting my highest ever on here, man. Might be getting my highest ever on here. See, sometimes I show up on the thing, but sometimes I don't. Here we go, let's berserk. Knight to f6. Ah, here they're playing the stone wall. Don't worry, I know how to beat the stone wall. Here's my TED talk on this. We're going to play bishop g4. This is important because we want the pawn outside the pawn chain. Castles happens here, bishop d6. Now, the trick here is to take on d4 right now because they have to take back with the c pawn. If they take back with e, well, we'll take. Now, the point is that they've now opened up the queen side. a3 typically gets played, bishop f5. This is a very good attacking bishop, so we're going to trade this guy off. That's okay. Knight b4. The light squares are weak. Knight c2 is a threat. If they take, this is great. Now we'll be able to have the e4 square and an open file here. That's okay. Let's go rook e8. The long-term plan is for us to play knight over there and knight back to c6. If they take, pawn takes and we'll play over there. Perfect. Knight e4. They will probably play the knight back to d2. Knight g3 is the real threat though. f6 is the idea. Perfect. This is exactly what we're wanting here, guys. Takes. Oh, interesting. Rook to c8 here. Great position for me. Knight takes d4, bishop takes f4 ideas are going to be in the air because the queen is opposite here. The knight does need to get out the way, though. Here, simple chess. Queen takes b2 ideas. Probably knight a5, knight c4, or b3. This attack did not go well for them. Actually, I think we just take here because e3 is weak. And we can just double the rooks. No need to reinvent the wheel. Find the weakness and then attack it. Let's double up. Up, rook back to e7. That's okay. The good thing about this weakness is it's static or it doesn't go away. So we're still going to double our rooks and put pressure on this guy. And actually, rook takes wins right away. Bishop takes f4 check. Very nice. Check. And takes, and now d4 falls. London Bridges has fallen down, guys. Oh my. Bishop takes, knight takes. d4. Awesome. Queen takes. That's not a threat yet. Because they're... yeah, so f4 here. This defends. It also mentions a check here. But yeah, the rook's hanging on e8. Obviously, they can't take. If they take, bishop takes and check. Pawn check. Is there any good moves for them? There's nowhere for them to move to. Everywhere was going to be a check. Okay, interesting. I guess just d4 here. Obviously, trading down to endgames here was not going to be bad for me. I have just too many pawns. The position's fallen. So, pawn takes for most variations. Yeah, so it takes there. Rook takes. Awesome. Pawn takes. Game over. An easily winning king and pawn endgame. And king over here. b5 when it will kill these two pawns. And so it leaves only the king side left here. Let's go f5. If they play king to d4, we can push the pawn. So now g6, h6, g5. Easy winning endgame here. King up, why not grab more squares? g5, the king can't even get in. My king's guarding it. f4, king back, e2, g4. G over here, king here, f3, and now we're gonna queen. We have full control over all these squares. Pawn just takes. They're going for the cheapo. Good for them. Pawn here. Funny enough, even though they play b6, I'm gonna ignore them, and I'm gonna make a rook or a queen here. It's gonna be a queen. I would do a rook, but um, because that's checkmate. But I have auto queen on, so. All right, it's a 2400, but we don't care. We berserk anyways. They're 200 points above us. Whatever. All right. Oh, they played the Alekhine. Sorry, no Italian today. Pawn takes c4, knight c3, h3. It's a move just to stop bishop g4 because I really like the knight defending on d4, which is a target in a lot of these Alekhine games. Rook c1, bishop e2. That's okay. e5. If you push right away, it's also a good move. It's just I would like if they could take, just so that if they take, then this guy, the d6 pawn becomes weak. Yeah, there it was a little bit of a bad move for me. I should have played queen d2 just real quick there. Let's play c5 here, I think, or d. We'll play pawn takes here, and then knight to d5. Pawn takes. I guess I didn't need to play knight to d5, but I'm going to. Okay. Bishop d2. Bishop c3. Ah, e4 is okay for them. Oh, good, they didn't play it. Bishop d3. Covering e4. Got to be careful here. Probably knight f6 is going to get played next. Bishop just takes, I guess. Let's go for the gold here, guys. e4. Knight back to h2. Queen h5, so they have to be careful. So f3 is probably the best move for them here. Yeah, so queen h5 here. We're on a bit of a defense here. But this move is inaccurate, I believe, just because it's allowing me to gain a tempo, bring my queen in, and if queen trade here, I think I should just be okay. Taking on b2 is not a bad idea. Interesting. Okay. Queen has to take here. Bishop h5. Just saving my bishop because the knight was attacking. Maybe knight g4 next. f3 is not a bad idea. Okay. Let's go rook b1. They can take on b2 here, and they should. They did not take. I guess we'll play b3 and just keep it. Anywhere the bishop moves to is really not that good for them. Because I'll check and take there. Bishop c3. I want to trade this guy off. I don't know if they're wanting to do that, but e4 is a little bit weak here. Okay. Bishop g4. Idea is like 97 check and takes. Knight takes, knight takes. This is defended. e4 is hanging. Okay. Rook over here. Knight takes. And I don't see why they wouldn't take here. Knight to d5 now. Knight f6 check idea. Knight takes idea. Knight c7 threat here too. Time is low. Time is low though. That's a problem. Check takes. Down the exchange now. Bishop takes. Knight g4. I need to find a way to get rid of this guy. All right, rook here, I guess. Rook e2, kind of. But they can just sit around and do nothing. What a power. What a power. All right, rook here. Now we can play f3. Perfect. Oh, I just realized after rook takes, the pawn just pushes. Time is still low here. Knight f1, knight takes here is probably what I'm going to play. Yeah. King h2. King g3. Okay, rook d2, rook over. Yeah, he's just going to win with time, unfortunately for me. This is definitely a winning position, but definitely losing on time. Good game. Good game. Just too, not too weak, just too slow. Or maybe that goes along with it. Maybe I'm too weak because I'm too slow. Either way, nice game there. I'm happy with my play. And my opponent did a good job to stall the loss. All right, here we go. E4, C5, Sicilian time. Oh, I forgot, sorry. Sometimes it's so automatic. H5. I'm supposed to be playing the French. Takes on D4. That's okay. Oh, the queen takes D4 variations are always very fun. Knight C6 here, free tempo. Go for the cheapo E6 because of bishop B4. And it's amazing to me how many people fall for this. I wouldn't think they would fall for this, but they fall for this quite a bit. Bishop takes. Let's play castles and D5. G4 is a move here, but I'm not too scared of it. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. Let's just keep developing our pieces. I wanted to play D4 there. Maybe I should have played E5 here right away. Queen B6 here. Takes. This is actually not bad for them because... Oh, good. They didn't do the good move. They definitely should have taken and then played Knight E5 here. That keeps the position close and my rooks to a minimal advantage. That's why that was so good. And obviously now I cover on G4. I have E4 here. I don't see why I wouldn't be much happier in these situations. Queen takes on F2. Less about winning a pawn, but making a pass pawn. And also threatening over here. D4, is this just winning the bishop? I think so. Oh, check? Yes, I think rook takes here and then queen check. Because they can't defend both the bishop and the knight. I do have to be careful here. There's some back rank issues. Bishop F3. Oh, good. They did it the wrong way. Queen to D5. This covers F7. So rook E8 check. King over here. B3 is a bit annoying here. Rook B8. Bishop B6. Let's go B5 here. Queen takes A2 is also a move here. I just gotta make sure I don't get checkmated. Because, like, rook F8, bishop B7. Okay. Queen here to D7. Queen takes. Bishop B7. Queen takes, bishop takes. Bishop takes, rook E7. Queen to D5, covering everything and getting the rook out. Oof, a lot trickier than I would like this position to be. Check, that's okay. Takes, rook over. Easy endgame to win. Bishop takes on G2, bishop to E4. Covering over here. If they do that, we'll just push forward. Bishop back. Yeah, this is an easy endgame to win now. I'm going to play rook takes on D2 soon. Oh, gosh darn it. The pawn just... Yeah, I was supposed to keep that pawn. This would have made the game a little bit easier. Rook over, rook takes, bishop D3 check. Rook takes, I guess? Depends where they play, yeah. Rook G4. Bishop takes, rook to G5. Pawn up, rook over. Check, rook here. I'll make a queen, and I feel confident I can win this one. I'll make 2 queens, and then just do the rolling rooks checkmate. We could definitely play some bullet games. Just know it's going to be a while because after this tournament, I have the bullet brawl. So that will not be for like a few hours. But I definitely would like to. I definitely don't mind playing a few bullet games. It's just right after this tournament, that's the next tournament is the bullet brawl. And that one's my favorite. I mean, I wait all week just to play the bullet brawl. But yeah, I could definitely play some bullet games with you. What's your bullet rating? Let's see, D4, knight F6. D5. Oh, interesting. They didn't play the Jabava London. Everyone's playing the Jabava these days. And this is actually a form of the French, so we did well. Let's play bishop E7 here. The hope is that they play E5. Aw. Little castle. Oh, this is the aggressive guy. I like it. This is the aggressive guy. G6. Because we have the dark square bishop, this is a little bit scary, but hopefully not too much. That's a very nice move of E5 there. Pawn takes. This actually is helpful. Knight C6. Queen E5. Our knight takes on e5. Let's go queen a5 here. The hope is to just trade off the queens or mess things up. Queen takes, okay. I was like, I don't know what that move did as much. Knight back to c6 or take... Yeah, we'll play knight back to c6. I want to win the e5 pawn. Perfect. And let's go a5, bishop a6. There's no back rank checkmates here. As long as this bishop's alive, we don't have to worry about that. So takes c5 here, stopping d4. And then the rooks will penetrate over here. The good thing is I don't have to worry about the queen side anymore. Pawn takes, bishop takes d4. Now this pawn's weak again. Rook over here to c8. Rook c4 ideas. Rook over here. Rook b2 check ideas. a4. Trades are good for me. Just always want to make progress. My pawn's just a little bit closer here. a3. Now rook b2 check is the new idea. Perfect. Rook checks. Rook takes. Bishop back, bishop over here to c5. I have a passed pawn here. We just got to get our king to a better position. And if the the knight moves, then these guys become butter. Alright, bishop here. Knight back, that's okay. Bishop here. d4. Let's get our king to a better position. Yeah, see, this is bad for them. They cut their own king off here. d4, d3. Takes. Bishop here. King c6. I can always sacrifice if needed. And I'll probably sacrifice pretty soon. Oh, I guess I don't need to sacrifice. They help me out. King takes. King here. Knight f4 check. King here now. Let's push the passed pawn here. Let's go. King there. Just running out of squares. Bishop takes there. Yeah. I didn't want to muck about there. Ah, there we go. Plenty of time there. The next tournament's actually on chess.com for the Bullet Brawl. It's a tournament with only masters, and it's bullet for 2 hours. This is where I've had the possibility to play lots of strong players. I've played Magnus Carlsen a few times from there. I've played Nakamura at least more than 20 times. I got to play Danya on there quite a bit. Yeah, just lots of strong grandmasters there. And I've gotten some nice wins against some of them too. Definitely plenty of losses, I'll give you that. All right, here we go. Pawn to e4. Let's take that centaur. We're playing the Italian here. Skiing has been recommending. Knight to f3. Bishop c4. Here's his Italian. And I've been playing the slow variation, which is pawn to d3. Let's castle. We play h3 just because we want to stop any of the bishop g4 stuff. Pawn takes. Now, they could play like this, but as you can see, the e5 pawn becomes very weak. Bishop b3. Maybe I should have just taken. No, I think that would lose a piece. Knight c3. This guy's just a target now. Very nice move by them. Let's go knight e4. I would have played knight to g5 there, definitely. Knight g3. Now threatening e5 pawn again. And let's go bishop d2, bishop c3. Perfect. Now we're threatening the pawn yet again. Rook e8 maybe? Nope. Bishop takes f7 will get played. King h7 is interesting. They were trying to get out the pin, but usually king h8 is just going to be a better try for that. Knight f5. I'll take on d6. This bishop pair looks amazing here, huh? Knight takes. d4. Just trying to open up this game. e4, they can't. We have the bishop pair here. Open up the... I did! I beat Andy. I have it on... I have it on tape. I have it on there. I actually did a recap video of the game, and then if you want to, you can watch the full bullet game on there. But yeah, I was able to take out Andy. I didn't know who he was at the time, and I didn't realize. I mean, I knew he was very strong because I think both times I've beaten him, he's been 3,000. The second time I beat him in a fantasy variation where he was 3,300, and I was just like, wow. I was like, this guy's pretty good. Let's go rook here. Rook e7 defends. Queen check or what? That was the plan, but I guess not the best. Queen d6. If queen check, the bishop just comes out with a tempo. a4, a5. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time here getting the pieces where I want them to be. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it helps that I didn't know who he was at the time. if I knew who he was, I think would have been a bit scarier for me. Rook to d2, knight h4. We're gonna track this bishop. The hope is to go a6 under mine. If I get the rook to d8, this actually might not be bad for me at all. a6, perfect. And bishop d5 here looks strong. Okay, let's double the rooks here. Yeah, I saw that. I know. He's the highest ranked bullet player now. Rook takes on f6. Rook takes on c6. 3600. Yeah, he's just amazing, and he's so fast. Luckily for me, he played a bad line of the Carol, and that's what I go over in the video on the YouTube channel. Oh, interesting. I guess we'll just take and then take here. We don't want to lose the bishop pair. And f6 is still weak. Yeah, they got to be very careful. It's not simple defense. No, it is simple defense. Rook check here doesn't do. I think they just play king to g7. And I guess I'll play rook to d2 or something. All right, rook takes on f6. And double the rooks this way. Yeah, this position is going to fall very, very fast here, guys. Very, very fast. I mean, look at these bishops. They might be I might be checkmating them without even knowing it. I might be checkmating him without even knowing it. Rook over to d6. Rook takes h6 idea. And this is checkmate. Well, you don't have to wish. You can just work on it. Just become a master, dude. No need to wish. Let's go check. And then bishop takes, I guess. Rook takes. They had to sacrifice there, or else they were going to get checkmated. Rook takes g5, rook g7, and then checkmate. Wow! We finished with a checkmate anyways. The dark square bishop was strong. 42 points, man. I don't mean to flex, but man, this is like my highest amount of points I've got. See, look, it shows that they're streaming. I put on here I was streaming on Lead Chess. I don't know why it's like that, huh? All right, here we go. Let's berserk yet again. Let's see if the Italian treats us right again. Oh, never mind. It's time for the French. And we attack the French. Knight to c3. h3. Knight f3. Bishop d3 will take. This is called the Monte Carlo. It's the isolated pawn. I like to play this mostly in the blitz games, just because I like a fun attacking game. And, well, this is going to give me those chances. Awesome. Let's just castle here. I don't mind. Here we get lots of attacks on f7 in a lot of these variations. Queen c2. And I guess if they play there, I'll play knight to g5 here. Yeah, knight g5 here. I could have taken on... Oh, perfect. We'll take on e6 now. And we'll play the rook over to e1 or d1. I guess queen to d2. I need to defend here. Pawn takes here is okay. I would prefer to keep the bishop. It's just that... okay, perfect. Now we have the dark square bishop, so we have some ideas here. Funny enough, I played this against one of the grandmasters. I'm trying to think which one it was. It was a 3000. I was doing really well for quite a while, but then I just hung mate. Let's go f4, queen g5. Oh, so knight f5 still works here, which is what their idea was. We'll go king h1, queen takes. Okay. Yeah, they're doing a very good job, this person. They're just defending correctly. I guess h4, I don't know. They'll probably play queen f4 now, though. Queen g4. Queen h3. Rook takes. King h2. Maybe rook e1 will get played there. Queen g4. Queen 2. Oh, gosh. That's game, I think. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any good moves here. Knight takes and check there. Good game. I did not get the good attacking chances that I wanted. And they defended quite well there. Better than most would, I think. Alright, let's keep it going. We keep berserking. We ain't gonna slow down. E4, E6, that's the French. D5, pawn to C5. Finally, we got a classic French here. We have what's called the advanced variation. I think bishop D7 is the main move here. I like to play knight to E7 variations, though. And now we go knight to G6. And here, this is interesting. We'll go queen B6, pretty typical. Now we can take on D4. Rook C8, knight B4. Actually, I could just play knight B4 right away. Bishop back, A3, not a big deal. Knight just goes back. We'll just castle now. Knight takes, don't be afraid, right? Ooh, actually we should be afraid. Knight takes, and then queen H5. So F5 here gets played. They'll probably take on F6 here. Okay, now D4 is very weak. H5, knight E7, F5. If we had taken, queen H5 would have been a nice double threat for them. Remember, D4 is the weakness a lot of times in these games. Queen C2. The queens, because they now made the diagonal weak, this is the weakness. And queen C2 doesn't do anything because I can just play the knight to F5. And I have tactics with the rook opposite over here. Bishop E8. Bishop takes H5 ideas. Alright, knight F5 doesn't do too much here. Since now they can just do that. Okay, I guess we're just going to play G6 then. Knight back to B8, knight to D7, I guess. They're attacking on E6 now. G6 is pretty well defended, though. Maybe queen D6 I'll play. Oh, gosh, I just dropped B7. Dang it. Again, my opponent's playing very well here. A little too well. Rook F7 here. Queen, oh, queen to... Interesting. Okay. Luckily, they're just going pawn grabbing for now. And not trying to find the win. So, some chances here, but I just got positionally crushed. Bishop F5. Knight C6. Knight takes F5. We'll see if they play the... I assume they're going to play the annoying moves, yeah. Bishop G4. Pawn takes. That's defending on D5, so we need to keep that guy going. The new threat's knight takes D4. And obviously pawn takes over here and stuff. They tried to be tricky because they were, you know, the knight takes, there's obviously the move I want to play. Bishop takes. Because of this pin and also taking on F3 now. Bishop takes. Okay. Queen B6. They're going to take on F3. So bishop takes F2, check ideas. They'll probably just play knight takes D4. Yeah, see? They're just going for time win. Which is okay. I understand. I would do the same thing here. Oh man, such a great performance. And of course, they're knocking me back. They're knocking me back to reality. It's doubled the points for a reason, because it's half the time. Dear Lord. Oh, and they're catching up here. Let's keep it going though. We're not backing down. Let's berserk yet again. I'm twice the player with half the time. Here we go. E6 yet again. D5. French it up, guys. C5. Knight to C6. I'll play the line that I know a little bit better here. Knight E7. Bishop D7, like I said, is the main line. Bishop E7. Let's castle. Bishop D2 is weird. We're going to take on E5 here. I like this pawn better. Center pawns are worth a little bit more. They have bishop takes h7 check in these lines, so I'll go ahead and pre-move king takes. Oh, they didn't want it. Bishop takes c5. We win our pawn back. Bishop to d6. h2 is the biggest weakness here. Queen h4 is my next move. They're threatening checkmate in over here, but that's okay. Okay, queen to c7. A little bit of threat there. A little bit of threat there. And we'll keep our development going. I got this one on lock, guys. This is our game. Bishop d7. Oh, I missed bishop takes b4. a5 here. Pawn takes. I don't have bishop takes b4 anymore since the knight is protecting here on c2. Uh-oh. Now pawn just takes because the bishop's unprotected. H takes here, and then we'll take on c3 next. Actually, we'll take on h2 check here. Bishop to e5 for the pin and stopping them developing. Maybe even b3 here. I don't want to win the pawn. I mean, I don't even win a pawn, right? It's just helping them develop. So that's why b3 wants to get played. d4 here, strong move. Bishop c6 pins and wins. And here we win another pawn. Bishop just takes, I guess. Bishop c6. They have to be careful. That's a very powerful diagonal, and checkmates are definitely in the air. Queen takes. Dude, look at this knight. It cannot get any worse. Rook a5, rook g5, and rook h5 ideas. Queen d4 check. The check shall set you free. Checkmate. There we go, guys. Dang it, finally. Finally got a win in there. Oh my gosh. Assam! Assam! Hello! Shout out! I don't know why I got flagged. Is that Assam? Is that like a... Is that just like a Egyptian thing? Did I just get tricked? Am I yelling out for some kind of protest thing? Here we go. E4. All right, knight to f3. D4. Obviously, this is not an Italian game since it's Sicilian time. Bishop g5. Let's see. Are they... Oh, so this is the old Sicilian right here. Oh, bishop takes. I love this variation because of the double pawns here. I remember I used to dislike it, but now I just love it. It's so easy to play here for white. Yeah, last thing I need is me, you know, promoting some more somewhere else. Dear Lord, we already have enough stuff going on over here. All right, they're threatening bishop h6. That's why f4 gets played here. And then we'll knight back to e2 here. This stops trades here. e5 is a move, but d6 becomes weak, and we're going to castle queenside here. And the hope is we'll play g3 in the future and just make this a solid line here. Let's castle. Here we go. And then king b1, b4, knight to d5, and the knight's just beautiful. It's all because of this pawn structure. Because if the pawn pushes forward, knight takes on f6 check. And if they do try to play something like bishop g7... Oh, you know what? They can play f5 here. I don't know what I'm spouting on about. Let's go knight to d4. Yeah, this is actually a little bit annoying here, because they have, like, knight checks stuff. Let me just overprotect... Well, knight f5 is what I want to play. Let's try that out. Knight f5. Threatening to take on e7, threatening to take over there. Perfect. Now we have this open file here. And rook e1's going to get played. And if they do go for this kind of stuff, it doesn't seem as strong to me. It doesn't seem as strong. Queen e3. The real check threat. Queen check threat. But I think they have knight c7 here. Alright, let's go g3. Just overprotect. Everything's defended. I love to play bishop a4 ideas, but not in the cards yet. Rook takes e7. Yeah, they're holding on just by the cusp of it. Rook to queen to d4. The threats to take on b4 now, or even knight takes b4 here. Bishop takes d5. Bishop takes f7 and bishop e6 check ideas. Check. I'll have to, I want to get on the diagonal. The bishop's actually quite well placed here. Queen takes d6. The pin. And queen e6 is the real threat. Perfect. Queen e6. Threat, 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 mate. All right. Here we go, guys. And here's to you, Robinson. Yeah, it was the only way to try to stop mates here. Rook takes d5. We're attacking the queen, and yeah, okay, they're going for this kind of stuff. Bishop a4 should just win now. Check. Check. Yeah, it's the only move, right? And then bishop check. Queen check. Rook to d5 check. Why is this so much harder than it needs to be? Why won't you just die? Queen check, rook check. This is terrible technique by me, guys. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Checkmate. Actually, no, we'll do it with the bishop. There we go. There we go. The bishop decides. The bishop decides. And it's just a strong bishop in that game, period. All right, we're at 48. Oh my gosh, we have to watch out. This guy is berserking. He's catching up to us. Yeah, we have to be careful. We still got 6 minutes left, so we might be... No, look, 45. He just jumped up. He just jumped up. Oh gosh. We'll berserk. We got white. I have to play a main line though. E4, D4, pawn takes C4, knight C3. I won't let him get the good position that he did last time. Knight F3, because I know he knows my stuff now. Bishop E3. When he plays bishop E6, we'll go bishop to D5 here. Knight to D5, we'll just castle. Perfect. There's lots of traps here, so if he takes on E3 or C3 now, things are a little bit better for me. The other line was slightly worse, which I did know. I'm keeping the bishops on the board this time. Alright, bishop b4. Knight b4 or something. Knight g5 ideas. Actually, maybe bishop f5 was a little bit better here. Queen b1. So if knight c3 here, just queen takes on b4. Which he'll probably do that anyways. But the point is that there's craziness afoot. Bishop f5. Takes. Rook takes, knight g5 wins. I win at least a pawn here, I think. If g6, a3, knight takes f7 ideas. Interesting. Queen b5. Stopping the queen trade, making craziness happen around here. I'm getting him low on time, which is good. Getting him low on time, which is good. Knight f3. Pawn takes. Queen to b2. Pawn takes. Knight e5. Rook c1. Pawn takes. Rook c5. Actually, rook back. Pawn just takes here. Bishop to d4. Yeah, he'll try to trade queens here. We know how you are. Rook d over, rook to d over. Knight f4. Rook over here, rook over here. Yeah, he missed knight f4 earlier. I think knight f4, we still have rook to g3. Rook g3, bishop takes f6 ideas are in the air. Queen b3, just drop the piece. Queen f3. Queen f5. Queen d7. queen check. Check. Rook over. Rook takes. Equal on time now. He's getting low on time. He can only make one move threats, which is good for me. He's obviously losing the string of the position. And he's just trying to make trades now. I can force the rooks off, the queens off, and I should be just winning now. Wow, that was epic to the game because I needed that win at the end, bro. Sorry, I had to log in. I couldn't talk. I needed that win. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah. Heck yes. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and supporting me on my journey. Again, right now, the Bullet Brawl is going to be starting, so I'm even more pumped up for that. After this 40 seconds is over, and I'll probably go grab a refill of coffee, but I'll be right back. Let's go. Oh my god. You don't know how much I need this fake trophy online, bro. I need this. My validation is so high, bro. If I don't win these things, like... Uh-oh, he went on pause. You don't need to go on pause. There's no more time left to play. There's no more time left to play. He played very well. And I just dropped a piece. Of course I did, right? No. Oh, is the Berserk at 100%? I doubt it. I doubt it. Not for the whole tournament, at least. I think at the end it lets you know what the thing is. Because I think I Berserk pretty much every game. Alright, here we go, guys. Alright, thank you for hanging out and joining us for this one. For those that want to check this out later, it's going to be on the YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out for it. And again, we're going to be starting up soon with our next tournament, which is going to be on chess.com. Let me go and switch over before I forget. So chess.com arenas. And then we're going to go to Title Tuesday. What is this? Blitz? What the heck is this? What the? There we go. Bullet Brawl, which is starting in a few minutes. I agree. I will not cheat. Got 2 minutes, so I'm going to be right back, guys, and grab some coffee. Go. You're going to be trapped in here. Sweetie. All right. 53 seconds. All right, guys. I brought the whole pot just in case for later on. If I need a refill, I don't have to leave. But Bullet Brawl is starting soon. I'm excited. Let's do this. Oh, Penguin GM. Jose is here. Faustin's here. Hopefully we get to play Faustin. How many 3000s we got today? Dear Lord, we have... Oh my gosh, 15? We're playing 3000s today, guys. We are...